diamond, my diamond. This rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless, ladies. Tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Hey, this filter is lit as fuck. I mean, I look flawless as fuck. Hey y'all, so first I'm going to start off using the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the color I'm using is in chocolate. So I'm just taking that flat brush with an angle, as you guys can see, and I'm dipping it in the product, and I'm just using that to fill in the end of my brows. So my product is a little dry, so as you guys can see, well, you probably won't be able to see it, but it was a struggle for me to get those filled in because the pomade that I was using was a little dry because I've had it for a while. And now that's my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder, and that's in the color Soft Brown. And I'm just using another angled brush. This one is a little fluffier, so it's going to be able to pick up that product a little better. And I'm just using that, and I'm filling that in, and I'm using that throughout my entire brow, and just filling in any sparse spaces in my eyebrows. Just using that spoolie and brushing the product through my brows. And now I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and that is in the color Caramel. And I guess I'm looking for some type of brush. It's taking all day, I see. Okay, so now I found my flat concealer brush that I use to shape out my eyebrows. And this is just like a cheap brush that I think I got with some type of makeup kit. I don't know where I got this brush from, but it works really well with my brows. And so I'm just carving my brows out, as you guys can see. Now I'm going to use this flat, fluffy brush by Morphe. It is the, I forgot the name of this brush, but I'm just using that to blend out the concealer around my eyebrows. Now, I like my eyebrow concealer really blended out. I'm not a fan of that whole like super sharp brow look where you can like see the concealer and all of that. So, yeah, I like to make sure my brows look as natural as possible. And now I'm going to use my Makeup Forever primer, and this is in step 1, and it is the Pore Filling Primer. Just rubbing that in. And I concentrate that on my T-zone and right around my nose because that's where my pores are the most prominent. So I tried using the Too Faced Hangover Primer, but it is kind of dry, so I ended up switching to the First Aid Primer. And it's more like a moisturizer. I use a lot of moisturizing primers because I do have dry skin. And now I'm using the NARS Radiant Concealer, and my color is Cadiz, and I'm mixing that with the LA Pro concealer, and I forgot the name of that color. I believe it's Beautiful Bronze. And I'm just going to mix that darker concealer and the foundation together because my skin tone is a little darker than it usually is because it has been the summertime. So I'm just mixing those shades together, and I am now um, putting that foundation on my face with a Real Techniques foundation brush, and I'm just stamping that foundation into my skin, not really rubbing, but just more so pressing it into my skin. And you just have to keep blending just to make sure your foundation is as flawless and seamless as possible. Don't forget the neck, you got to get that neck. And just keep blending. And now I'm going over that with a Real Techniques beauty blender. Well, it's not a beauty blender, but like a sponge. And just to make sure that my foundation is extra flawless and it blends in with my skin really well. And now this is the Fenty stick, and this is I'm Matchsticks, and I'm just using this as a concealer, and that is in the color caramel, I believe. I can't remember, but yeah, so I'm just using that to brighten up under my eyes and down my nose, forehead, and chin. And I'm just blending that out with the Real Techniques sponge. Okay, now I'm going over my eyes with the Pro Concealer, and that color is in Cool 10. And I'm just using that to brighten up my under eyes a little further. And I'm just going to go ahead with that Real Techniques um, sponge and just continue to blend that out a little more. And as you notice, I am going over my eyes as well because I want a little bit of that concealer over my eyes because that is going to act as a primer for the eyeshadow that I will be applying later in this video. So now I'm going to mix my Laura Mercier setting powder and my Ben Nye banana powder together, and I'm going to use that to set my concealer. And I am applying that powder onto my eyes as well because, as I stated before, I'm just going to use that as kind of like my base for my eyeshadow. And then, as you can see, I'm going onto my nose on the sides with that powder just so it can create more of a slimming effect to my nose, so it can be like a natural contouring. And I'm also using that powder on my lower jaw area so that that can be a little lighter to also create a contouring effect on my cheekbones. So now I'm using the MAC Naturally Enhanced Mineralized Natural Skin Finish, and I'm using that to go ahead and contour my face. So sometimes I use a cream and a powder, but today I just decided to use a powder by itself. And now I'm just bronzing up my forehead a little bit. And I am going on my jawline, and I'm chiseling out my jawline a little bit. Now I'm taking my MAC Natural Skin Finish in dark, and I'm just going over that. So I'm just dusting off all of that Laura Mercier powder and the banana powder, and I am using the mineralized skin finish and putting that over it just so that my face won't be too white or ghostly looking. Okay, so now I'm going in with my Morphe 350 palette, and I also will be using one shade from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette as well. Okay, so now I'm going in with two of those neutral brown colors and using those in my crease. I like to use two shades that are similar to my own skin complexion just so it can be a nice transition shade. And I'm just going to keep blending those shadows into my crease. Now I'm going in with a slightly darker shade, and that is more of like a um, regular brown color, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease as well. And you guys can see, okay, so now I'm using this orange matte shade, and I'm just going to put that into my crease as well. I'm going for a really like orangey type brown look that's perfect for the fall. Just continuing to blend that orange color out into my crease. And I'm just building that up until it reaches the intensity that I prefer. And now I'm using another orange shade from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I thought I had it in view, but it's pretty much like a slightly lighter shade of orange that I'm using from that palette. And now I'm going in with a shimmer shade, and this is like another orange color. You guys couldn't really see it. I thought I was in view of the camera, but I guess not. And I'm just packing that color onto my lid. And these colors are so much prettier in person, you guys can't even really see. Now I'm going in with another shade. At first, I just put it right in the middle of my lid, but I eventually put that all over my lid because I just thought it looked really pretty, and I wanted my lid color to be a little more intensified, so I put that like burnt orange shade all over my lid. And now I'm going back into my crease, and I'm just using a darker brown color, nothing too dark because I wanted this look to be focused more so on the orange, but I did want to deepen my crease just a little bit. And sorry about the lighting, guys. I didn't have the best lighting, but gotta work with what you got. Now I'm going with that bronze kind of penny copper color, and I'm putting that in my inner tear ducts. And y'all can't even see the full impact of how beautiful these colors were on my eyes. Like, this lighting is doing these colors no justice. And I'm just going back in and intensifying my lid a little bit more with that burnt orange shimmery shade. And now I'm just basically repeating those orange and brown matte colors that I used in my crease. And I'm putting that on my waterline, and I'm just smudging those colors into my waterline. And now I'm going to get that brown color, and I'm going to also put that onto my waterline. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've already done my eyeliner, and now I'm just spraying my face down with my Pearlescence Coconut Rose Water that I got from TJ Maxx. And I pretty much just sprayed the hell out of my face, so now I'm just letting that sink into my skin a little better. And I do that to get the powderiness out of my skin and make it look more natural and skin-like. So now I'm going in with my Bobbi Brown highlighter palette, and I'm using that bronze and that gold shade together, and I'm using that for my highlighter. Now this is a subtle highlight, but I really do build this highlight up on my face so that it can be more prominent, and it looks really nice when I do that. And now I'm just highlighting my chin, my cupid's bow, my nose, and my forehead. Okay, now I'm going again with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and um, I'm just using that. And I'm not using any faux lashes today just because I don't usually wear faux lashes, and also it's kind of hard for me to put faux lashes on, but I'm working on it. But I really do like this mascara. So now I'm using the Clinique mascara. I forgot the name of this, but it does come with a primer, and it also comes with the regular mascara that you use over the primer. And I use this on my bottom lashes only. Okay, now I'm going to do a second coat of the Better Than Sex mascara. This look was cute without lashes, but I know it would have been really cute with lashes. I am so out of the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so now my mascara is finished. Now onto the lips. Now I'm using a brown lip liner. Actually, it's an eyeliner, but I'm just using it on my lips. And I got this from the beauty supply, so any brown lip or eyeliner will do. I'm just lining my lips with that and blotting my lips together so that it can look a little more not a little more blended. And that is Kind of Sexy by MAC. And I just put a little bit on that to add a flush of color to my lips, because the gloss that I'm using, which is ColourPop Beeper, no, Bestie's gloss, and it already has like somewhat of a color, so I just put a little bit of that on it, rub my lips together, and now the look is finished. Thank you guys for watching. I really enjoyed filming this makeup tutorial for you. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Once again, I'll see you guys next time.